Good morning, everyone. I'm Bondar JR, also known as the Silver Wolf, also simply known most days as Ron, but I pretty much go by anything, so call me whatever you like. I noticed that the planet is showing up through my shirt, which is kind of weird. So that's interesting. Not sure how that's happening, but okie dokie. But anyway, we're here to stream some eveonline. So I've got Falstaff trying to pick up a new ship. And we'll get over here and get started with him. We're going to try and maybe finish off this event for him. Get some blueprints for the other one. Abigail's here, being needy again. Mom is going to the grocery store. Or actually, I think the wet market. Yeah, the wet market. So.
Warp drive active.
But I did build a bunch of stuff. I think I spent 500 million in supplies. Brought it back. Got all the pieces built for the Helios and put the Helioses on. And working on all the pieces for the Pro Raider. I think I've got all but 3 done. Get those done and get the Pro Raiders put on. So yeah, I think I'm building 3 Helioses and 4 Pro Raiders. So it should be in good shape. I've got 1 promised to Blue Gray. 1 of each promised to Blue Gray. The rest of them I'm going to sell. Make some of the money back. So it should make back plenty of money to spare. So.
Warp drive active.
Even with giving 1 away. So industry. Oh, it's not gonna be in there. Yeah, so building 4 of these, that should come out to 589,000. So I'm only going to sell 3 of them, but we'll put that down to 3. 442 plus what I make on the others. So yeah, we're going to be in good shape. So no worries. Get this P out of here. So I started typing it in the wrong place. I have an Astero. I got a couple of Asteros now. I have an Astero that I got from Anarchos. That is in Jita. I'm going to go pick up. Because it turns out I don't have a Helios here anymore. I took my Helios to Ufine and then proceeded to lose it. So, like Kragan lost it. But so yeah, so all good. We're going to pick this up and I'm going to do some scanning because I think he scans a lot faster than everybody else. I want to see. I don't think I do. Oh, come on. Nothing. All right. So I don't have any sister probes, so maybe I'll buy some sister probes because that'll speed it up even faster. So I think I have a BPC for the covert ops. Yep, I have. I build the covert ops already, so I have, I think, 13 or 14 of them. Honestly, I should have brought some of those to sell with me, but yeah, I have a BPO for that. Or well, no, I have a BPC since they're tier 2, but I have the BPO for the prototype, and then I invent the covert ops off of it. So yeah, if you guys ever need those, let me know. So those are super expensive on the market. But yeah, so coming into Jita, we'll pick up my Astero. And I think I'll pick up some sister probes. Cannot build those, unfortunately. I'm not even sure you can get a blueprint for them, so maybe if you do a bunch of sister missions, maybe. So I doubt it. I was going to tell you guys, I did get Star Wars The Old Republic downloaded. Jackson, what's up, buddy? I was going to start it last night, but it was like 11 o'clock, and I thought, nah, I probably better get some sleep so I'm not tired on stream. So I went to bed instead. So I'll probably either start it today, since the wife's planning on doing a bunch of shopping, or sometime this weekend. Though I want to work on the stream some this weekend, get some more channel point redemptions out there, get the music on there. Yeah, I got a bunch of things I want to get done now that I don't have my work to as an excuse. What's up, Respin? Good to see you. I sent you a contract. Unfortunately, that's the only one I had. Actually, I only had one male and one female, and they're both that one. So, which is really weird, because I thought I had more, but all right, let's assemble this shit. What was it? Blue Gray. Blue Gray gave me a name the other day. This is one I've looked forward to for a while. I have flown the Astero quite a bit, but since they added these, I haven't flown it, so. Into whatever system I enter to give aid or gain wisdom. I like it. What's up, Dark Slider? Good to see you. Oh, excellent, Jackson. Glad to hear that. Back to New York Saturday for Mother's Day. I hear you. I hear you. All right, so let's see. Buy some sister probes. Sister core scanner probes, I think is what I want, not combat. 5,000 a 500,000 a piece. Good God Almighty. Let's go ahead. Take those with us. All right. Watch Caps versus Canes, almost done. Cool, cool, cool. The Strat is a fun ship. Yeah. Yeah, this is one of my favorites as well. I lost it quite a while ago to a stupid thing, and I haven't wanted to. I was gonna build one. I don't know why it is so slow. Good God. I was going to build one, but it turns out it actually cost as much to buy the BPC as it does to buy the Astero itself. Which I'm like, well, screw that. If I'm going to buy the BPC, I still got to pay for all the material. So yeah. So then Narcos gives them away on a pretty regular basis. And so I tried for probably a year to get it off of a narcosis. But yeah. And then I think he actually took pity on me one day and said, "Okay, if nobody gets this," and he did it. He did it on his stream. He did it on Discord, and he did it on something else. In-game channel, his in-game channel. He did all three. He said, "If nobody gets it, nobody guesses the number in those three, I'm gonna give this one to Bond." So I was like, "Okay, cool." I thought for sure somebody would get it, you know. Now that I finally had a chance, but yeah, nobody guessed it. So I tried to guess in all three avenues so that at least I could win it honestly, and I didn't guess it either, But yeah, I'm proud to have it. And then, literally, like a week after he gave it to me, I think JKT gave me one. So yeah, so it was kind of weird. So that one's in Amar. So I'll have to go pick it up here one of these days. I got to make a run to Amar here in the near future. So there's a skill that I need that is selling for 49 million in Jita. It's only like 49,000 in Amar. I don't know why. And so yeah, I need to make a run. Geez, I feel you getting everything together for the big X's work. Yep, it is. It is. Yeah, like I said, I think I spent, it actually wasn't as bad. So, Precursor Destroyer. Yeah, Precursor Destroyer. So yeah, in Jita, it's like 49 million. In MR, it's 49,000. So what's up, Blossom? Good to see ya. So yeah, Jerry Can, he's building an avalanche. So, or excuse me, Jackson, he's building an avalanche. So, a capital ship. So. But yeah, I think I spent 500 million in supplies. So, all right, come on. You say hi to everybody, all right? You say hi to everybody. And then you're going to go back on the floor, okay? So I can't fly with you in my arms. No, I can't. No, I can't. No, I can't. And your breath stinks. Yes, you got stinky breath. Yes, I love your kisses, but they're stinky kisses. They're stinky kisses. Yes, stinky kisses. You say hi to everybody? Say hi. Dark Slider says hi. Dark Slider says hi. Dark Slider says hi. Great hauler for ice materials and upwell items. There you go.
Drive active.
And PI. Yep, does a good job with PI as well. So. You got stinky? Stinky kisses. All right, I'm going to put you down, okay? You said hi. You said hi. Yep. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Goofball. Her mom is going shopping this morning. Since our plans got thwarted by the visitors. She is going to the wet market to get some meat. And then headed to, I think she's going to head to, there. It turns out there is a grocery store that is not that far away. It's just not a very good grocery store. So she's going to try that and see what they have. We can see what kind of options we have. So yeah, so that should be good. So, but I did not realize there was one that was closer. It's still probably about a half hour away, but better than 2 hours. So. Yeah, I think I'm gonna scan with Falstaff because he scans a lot faster, especially in this Astero. He's gonna scan like the wind, and so. But we'll see. Because I desperately need more blueprints. did find half a decent deal on, I think, 10 blueprints for about 50, I think it was 50 million. But it was like 40 jumps away, so yeah, so I just opted to do it this way, so. Well, you know, I probably will need the gun book now that you mention it. But the destroyer ones I need. So I have a Kikimora, which I also won from I have a Kikimora, and so the destroyer book is the only one I'm missing for it to fly it. But you're right, I haven't put any guns or anything on it, so probably now that you mention it. So yeah, so yeah, so, but yeah, what else is new? So all right, so let's get this guy outfitted. Alrighty, so we want high slot modules. Oh, there's the covert ops. And no, it's not going to be in there. It's going to be in resources. Uh-oh. What? Seriously? I'm that low on CPU? Oh my lord. Alright, well that don't make no sense. Emblem not purchased for this one. Yeah, of course not. Alright, I know. Where do I find the fittings? Let me see if we have any in our free bin. Alright, cool, thanks. So I want to find the filters, the fittings. Yeah! Hold on, I'll be right back. Hey, here. Come on, I'm streaming. Back up. All right, sorry about that. There is not sufficient disk space to continue recording. What? For Christ's sake. All right, you guys still there? Looks like it stopped my recording, my local recording. Alright. Looks like I got it going again. I don't know how I run out of space in the middle of a stream, but what else is new? So, anyway. So, yeah. So, I guess the workers are here. Offline module. Yeah, I know I have an offline module. I have plenty of chargers, so quit worrying about it. But how do I see my fittings? Because I have a fitting for an Astero. Simulate? No, it's not simulate. So are you guys there? Let me know if you can hear me. Wrench, wrench, wrench. Okay. Ah, yeah, I was like, I knew it was here somewhere. Thank you, Respin. No, I'm not looking at slots. I want to look at holes and fits. There we go. Man, I tell you, some days I wonder how I even get out of bed. Hmm. It's a frigate. Non-Empire. Astero. Here we go. That's not, it doesn't have anything on it except 2 rigs. It's no good. I tell you, some days, I don't know how I get out of bed. Here we go. High sick exploration. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Core probe launcher, monopropellant, blah, blah, blah. All right, save. All right. There we go. Now that's what we're looking at. So the core probe launcher. Saving includes rigs once fitted. If I have them, go ahead. I don't think I have them though. No, I don't want to buy all. Core probe launcher. Surely I should have a core probe launcher. I got damage control now. So I have all these things. It's just not finding them. That's why. Okay. Armor repair, drone amplifier, shield membrane, damage control. Okay. Range finding. Yeah, I don't think I need the range finding. All right, let me see what I got here. 2 fits in game, holes and fits. Yep. Thanks. No. Why do I not have a core probe launcher? All I have are the enhanced. Well, that friggin' sucks. Capacitor, armor pump, armor reinforcer. Okay. Relic analyzers I got. Monopropellant I got. Alright. Alright. Module. Sorry, I got crap all over the place. So. Alright. Frigate, so it should be a small armor repair. All right. Anyone on Jita? I was just there a second ago, but not there. One day I'll get to SOSBS, the battleship. Yeah, that'll be a good one. So it's kind of bad, to be honest. Yeah. All right. Where is the other one? Exploration. There's high-sec exploration as well. Dingbat. Core probe launcher. Range finding I'm not going to use. Damage control. Multispectral. Drone damage amplifier. Drone damage amplifier. Oops. Multispectrum. Multispectrum. Enhanced membrane. I don't think it was enhanced membrane. Yep. Energized membrane. That's it. That's it. That's it. Oh, for crying out. Sorry, there's some building going on here. They're actually working on our upstairs bathroom finally today. So that's the range finding. So I need a core probe launcher. So I need a core probe launcher. We're going to buy that. Because my expanded one goes in resources. So, what's up, Drachenhort? Good to see you. In Jita 44, I mean. Jita. Good to see you, Drachenhort. I don't know what you mean, Jackson. In the sorry, I'm having a brain fart today. Or probe launcher. Ogamo, bye. My station is kind of nuts with the ships I picked up. Yeah, I've got a bunch as well.
Warp drive active.
So yeah, so I apologize for the pounding. If you guys can't hear it, let me know if you can hear it. Posted a skin I'm looking for in in-game channel. All right. So this is the one you're looking for. It's a nice looking skin. And you say it's in Jita? I mean, I'm only 7 jumps from Jita, so I can run to Jita to get it. Yeah, I'm working on that. Yeah, if it's in Jita, go ahead and buy it if you can, or I can jump over there and get it for you if you want.
Warp drive active.
That's why you were asking about 4-4. I got you now. Yeah, and I apologize if you guys can hear the pounding. They are working on our upstairs bathroom. Finally showed up after 2 weeks, so. And they're ripping the floor out because they believe the floor is leaking. I believe they're wrong. And it's not the floor, it's one of the pipes. But they're going to rip the floor out. They're going to put a sealant in. They're going to put the floor back in. We'll see. This is another one. Let's save this one. Prototype cloaking. Yeah, I'm not going to do the prototype cloaking. Why did it split them up? That's weird. That's really weird. Excellent. I love it. I don't have any drones in here yet, but in like flint. So it only holds 8. Well, then we may as well take those back. I'll get to Jita eventually. So no need. If you were close, I am close. I'm only 7 jumps away. So if you want me to go, I can go and get it so that you don't lose it. What I'm saying. It's not a problem. I would be happy to do it. We'd be happy to do it.
Warp drive active.
Once again, I apologize about the pounding. If you guys hear it, let me know if you hear it. I hear it, so I don't know how you couldn't, but then again, I have it set. Laptop is cooking my nuts right now. I wish I had known that. So I can send you something that I got off of Amazon that worked really well. So thanks, Ratspin. Nah, I don't even know it's there. Okay, cool. What? All right, so yeah, so Jackson, if you want me to run to Jita to pick it up for you, it's not a problem. Respin, let me get you added. You can't do links yet. Sorry. Community, roles, add new. Actually, no. Forget that. There's a way to do it through the chat. I think it's /VIP, Respin. All right, try it now, Respin. You should be able to do the link now, or you might have to wait 5 minutes. But it should let you do it now. Omega or somebody taught me that one. That was a good one. All right, let's put these in ammo. We don't need to carry around. You sure? Okay, not a problem. It's not a problem for me to run over there and get it for you. Let's go to other. So I'm pretty sure that's where I keep my drones. So yeah, so Respin, these were the only clothes I had. This one and then the one I sent you. So they must have been some kind of special that I got way back when. So these guys here. I got a hat and a men's crimson. So yeah, forgot about Tycoon. Yep. Yep, there you go. Yep. What? All right, I think this is where I put my drones, I think. The big question, so there's hobgoblins. Yeah, so those are the ones I'm looking for, right? Ooh, took them all. Wow. Well, that's the case. Screw that. We'll put some hammerheads in there. Actually, if we have some hammerheads. Have some hammerheads. Doesn't look like we have any hammerheads. So I've got a bunch of stuff here for kicking. If he ever shows up. And I got a bunch of skins. Anybody wants? I can't believe I don't have any hammerheads. What the fudge? How the hell did that happen? Alright, let's go. The more that I paid for my, that's more than I paid for my favorite skin. 2.5 billion. Yeah. So I probably wouldn't be able to pick it up for you. So I have to take my butt to Jita to get a gator at some point. There you go. Never, holy crap, never mind. Hammerhead. Big question is, of course I don't have enough. What the hell are they? Oh, it's in OCO, that's why. Okay, well, we can go pick those up. Alright. I tell you, some days it really doesn't pay to get out of bed. It looks like I discovered some things and I didn't pick them up yet. I still can't believe how much they are. Yeah, they are way overpriced. Way overpriced. And then it costs a ton of money to make them, which is the other problem. It's like, there's some cool ones on Skinner. There you go. Yeah, that's always a better deal. I have a zip tie. Where that came from. Cheapest I have found is 650 million. Good God Almighty, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Warp drive active.
That puts the fit I want to do at around 1.5 billion. Yep. Yeah. That really makes it hard. Really makes it hard.
Active.
Really makes it hard. Dark sliders coming in, but current project is what I want to get done first. Yeah, you got to focus. That's one of the things I have found in Eve. You got to focus. Otherwise, you'll overextend yourself and run out of money. And I have done that several times. So, got to focus. Watch out, she's going to try and escape. She's going to escape. She's going out. tell her, don't let her out. What does she do? She lets her out. Oh, Lord, give me strength. So maybe she's not going to the store now. I don't know. I guess it all works out. Weird how it doesn't auto-target, even though I had that set as my destination. It doesn't auto-target a player station. So. Oh yeah, so that's a Stratios. That's a nice one. I'm going to save that one. Uh-oh. There's Drachenhort. Yeah, I'm going to try to do one more roam before I get too sleepy. There you go. Alright, so let's check this out, because it seems like I've got a whole bunch of tier 2 ones here that I never picked up. Alright. Well, maybe not a whole bunch. Expanded probe launcher. Ooh, I forgot to bring those decryptors and the data cores. Damn it. Yeah, because I need the Imicus. I need to use the Imicus to make some more, Helios blueprints, because I'm almost out of Helios blueprints. Damn it. Alright, so let's go back. So we'll go back to Venolin. See, this is what I'm talking about. Back and forth, back and forth. I guess she'll drop the dog off when she wants to drop the dog off. Not, oh well. But yeah, I have a bunch of decryptors and data cores that I've collected on my travels that are in Venolin that need to come here to Osio. They can be used. I use the decryptors especially on the ship ones, because that gives me an even bigger boost. So I've found with the invention that the 10 attempts seems to be the sweet spot. If I have a 50% chance and I do, 2 attempts, I usually fail both. If I do 5 attempts, I will maybe get 2. But if I do 10 attempts, that's where I find it almost always comes out 5 or above. So yeah, so I always try and do with my invention, I always try to do 10 attempts. But yeah, I'm down to, I built the Helioses, and I have one more Helios blueprint. The Helios blueprint, so I need to invent a few more of those. So I'll get these hammerheads on if I have the materials for it. Hopefully I do. USS Spooky. Yep, let's save that one. I wonder, is it actually saving those, or is it asking me to save them somewhere else? I think it is saving them. It should default to Falstaff. So. Keep disappearing, so I'm assuming it's saving them.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I hate about Eve. I am not a fit guy. There are too many choices, too many. Just drives me crazy. Gives me a super headache. Migraine. There. That's been the greatest thing from my viewers, is all the fits. Because even if they're not perfect, it saves me the trouble of trying to figure it all out, which is ridiculous. That's been super. Super. Okay, Because that is the one thing I do not like out of Eve. I get it,
Active.
because you want to have as many choices as possible, so everybody's is a little bit different. But no matter what fit I build, it's not gonna be good. Because I just don't know all the choices. No. So that's why I look for fits from other people, because that really works out. But yeah, what we'll do is we'll start scanning. Maybe what we'll do is as we take this stuff back over there, we'll scan.
Docking request accepted.
We gotta find some blueprints. This event's killing me because I'm not getting any blueprints, so. Alright, so let's take the blueprints out of here. All these tier 2 hammerheads, put them in blueprints. Really hate that it does that scrolling. Let's see if we can actually build one or two. I'm gonna say resources, other, perfect. So we've got all but the tier 1 hammerheads. Well, that's a piece of cake. I can handle that. How many do we need? Let's just do an even 40. That's 3 hours. If we do 10, that's 57 minutes. I like that. Then we can get these other ones started. So yeah, so there we go. All right. And then after they're done, we'll throw another 30 on. So, okay. So now let's scan. So no, let's go to other. Find the data cores. Some rig, salvage rig, friction nozzle, emission scope sharpener. What is that? Relic module. Whoa, what the hell? I never used a relic module. Data module. Yeah, so I suppose I could put both of those on there. Why are they not here? Oh, you know what? I bet you I put them in resources. I did put them in resources. Of course I put them in resources, because that's where they belong. But they don't. They're invention items. So those. Okay. Here's the data cores. I know I have data cores. Here's it. That's it? I only got one data core? Wow. That sucks. Alright. Damage control, cargo loads, salvager, expanded probe. Acquisitions. Tractor. Transmitter. Robotics, got lots of robotics. Good, good, good. All right. So let's set back to OCO. That we'll scan on the way. Scan on the way. So yeah, Dark Slider, sorry you're so sleepy. This is actually working out great for me, doing these in the morning, because that's working out a lot better. So, all right, so we got a couple here. So let's go ahead and scan these down. Usually, warp out to a planet so that I'm not just sitting outside of a station, but I really don't care. So. Drachenhort, jealous of you, Slider. Wish I was sleepy. Yeah. Yeah, then there's the opposite side of the people who can't seem to sleep. Yeah, I don't have that problem. Yeah, doing this in the morning has really, really improved things. I used to do it late at night, and I was always tired. Always tired. So this has worked out a lot better. Oh, you still catch me yawning every once in a while. So they have assured me that they will have the shower room, the upstairs shower room fixed in one day. So today is the only day, but of course we'll see. So my issue right now is isogen at this point. So isogen I don't have a whole lot of problem with. Nox is what I end up always needing. And unfortunately you can't get Nox from any of the normal ores. Nox has to come from the special ores. That's the one that always gets me. And so yeah, so we were doing Empire belts for quite a lot. So it's mostly food coma. Yeah, I know that one too. I should have put those other 8 in here just so I had them, because 8, I was trying to save some money in case I lose it, but I'm not gonna lose my Astero again. At least not the same way I did. Let's hope. Nox is a pain. Yeah, Nox is what I'm always done. So I've been asleep for over 24 hours. I have not been asleep for over 24. Wow, that sucks. Man, another wormhole. All right, so our theory yesterday is that we should check out all the wormholes just to make sure they're not the one we're looking for. These are not the droids you're looking for. So I will check these 2 out. Which, knowing my luck, this is how I'll end up losing my knob or my Astero. But all right, warp to 0.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I should have put the other ones in there, so that way every time I launch them, it'll reload. Alright, 162. Probably won't last another day. Goes to unknown parts of space. Imagine that. Save location. Oh. K162, 59. Let's go ahead and enter. See what's on the other side. I got my wormhole written down here, 110043. Should be easy to remember, but for some reason I never can remember it. Alright, so this one is 1-4, so not the one I'm looking for. Let's save the exit just in case. D7 to exit. Let's do a D scan. Oh my lord. Force field. Caldari control tower. It's picking up all the moons. That's kind of weird. Customs office. So somebody lives here. But nothing major there. So I suppose I could scan a bunch of these down. I forgot what the opportunity. Earn 50 in mine. So yeah, there's really no reason to worry about that. He's going to scan otherwise. So this is not the one I'm looking for. So let's go ahead and get out of here. All right. Need to open it up that way again. So then we got another wormhole here. Let's work to this one. Check it out.
Active.
I had a TBI. Sometimes sleep isn't a thing. Yep. Check out this other one. It's not going to collapse. We'll go through it. I put up an FPS monitor on my screen and it's in the way. Now I can't remember what program it's called. That sounds like something I would do, buddy. That sounds like something I would do. Sorry, ads are on. That sounds like something I would do. Definitely sounds like something I would. Alright, beginning decay probably won't last another day, so it gives me at least 4 hours. I can at least go through and see if it's the one we're looking for. Didn't actually name it, so. So this one is 235. It's even worse. Save wormhole. B274 exit. Alright. Where'd my direction scan go again? Scan. Moon, custom office. Why is a custom office in Japanese? Here too, there's another one. Custom office is in Japanese. I think that means somebody's taken it over and they renamed it. Alright, so let's leave this one. Holy crap, baby. Get the camera. Bond is in a wormhole space. Yeah. I'm looking for my wormhole. So at least I'm going into them to see what they are.
Active.
There is a new OS with new names. Oh yeah, because you switched over, so. Yeah, you switched over to Linux, so yeah. Yeah, yesterday I was in there quite a bit too. I actually did some scanning in there yesterday, but if nobody's living there, if somebody's living there, I get too afraid. So I had a wreck in a Jeep that messed up my brain. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. He is practically a wormholer now. I don't know about that. Might be pushing it a bit far. So no sights. Well, that just sucks. Okay.
Warp drive active.
Soon we will have him mining the wormhole rocks for the big money. Yeah, I don't know about that. Once again, sorry about the pounding or working on my upstairs bathroom that has been leaking since we moved in here 3 weeks ago. Yeah, natural transition, yeah. Logged out, but still here to watch and stuff. Okay, appreciate it, Jackson. Always love having you along. So my doctor actually told me to go back to playing Eve to help my brain. Well, that's awesome. I never had a doctor tell me to play a game to help, but that sounds perfect. I think I could get behind that. All right, this one's actually got some. So let's go ahead and warp to a planet this time. This is a trig system, which I think they're still friendly to me. Lappy wasn't happy in my lap. So yeah, so remind me, Jackson, and I'll send you. There's a laptop cooler on Amazon that's like $20. If anything we need, Bond, to start SWTOR. So no, I actually got it downloaded. I was saying earlier, Blossom, before you got on, I almost started it last night, but I decided that I probably needed to sleep instead, and so I will definitely be playing it either later today. I think the wife's going shopping, so if she goes shopping, then I need to play so I don't worry about how much she's spending, and or sometime this weekend. So I'll definitely let you know. But yeah, she is. She's pimping it out. She's pimping it out. She ought to be getting some kind of cut from them because yeah, they're. She definitely made a sale here, though. All I did was download it. I'm still on the free one, so I'm sure she's probably going to talk me into the subscription too. So because of the benefits. So if you think of all the brain power to play Eve, it helps recover. It makes sense. It does make sense, and I think that's awesome. Yeah, I think that's awesome because there is. Yeah, it does. There's a lot of stuff going on, and. That's what I enjoy about it because it's not just some mind-numbing game that you can just keep repeating things over and over and over again, like WoW or any of the others. That's where I got tired of those, is because you didn't have to think about it, and so I like this one because there is a lot of thinking. There is a lot of calculations, which I always love. Fucking wormhole. Honestly, with the number of wormholes I'm finding, if I don't find my wormhole soon, it'll be a miracle. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, I apologize for the pounding. They were supposed to be here 2 weeks ago. Lurch, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. They were supposed to be here 2 weeks ago. And then I think they got sick. They weren't able to make it, so then they were supposed to be here Monday of this week. No, Monday of this week's when they got sick. I don't know what happened 2 weeks ago. Monday of this week's when they got sick, and they couldn't make it. Then they were supposed to be here yesterday, and something happened. Then they came today, but turns out they didn't have a permit for today. So we thought they were going to get canceled for today as well. So they're not allowed to do work on the weekends because it's loud. It's really not that loud. But I guess the neighborhood complains. Week has to be done during the week. Work has to be done during the week. So yeah, I apologize. Hopefully it's not too bad on the stream. I do have some filters on the microphone to keep most of it from happening. So Lurch, what's up, buddy? I went wormhole hopping this morning and barely pulled out 60 million. Yeah, still 60 million's not bad. As long as you don't lose any ships, 60 million's not a bad deal. My problem is almost every time I go into a wormhole, I'm risking losing ships. So I am not a PvPer. Can't even really defend myself well. So yeah, it's when I go in there. So I'm a huge fan of Star Wars games, aside from Lego Star Wars, and generally I'm my own character, not using pre-made character. Story is so immersive and strategy is fun. In other words, I'm having a lot of fun. Well, Blossom, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it. I just know that once I start, I'm probably not going to stop, so I'm trying to make sure I got enough time to immerse myself so I give it a full shot. Because what usually happens is I switch to a game I really like, and then something goes on, and I have to switch back to something else, and I don't give it a full shot. So, how long did you hop? Yeah. Yeah, I get it. So much has changed since I completed all the stories. I haven't been able to get back to it more than casually. So, yeah. No, I'm pretty new, so I'm just rocking a heron. There you go. Heron's not bad. Yeah, heron's not bad. But how long, Lurch, did it take you to make the 60 million? Was it an hour or 2 hours? You know, how long were you in there? 'Cause that's a pretty good deal, you know. You can pull that off on a regular basis. Like I said, about 3 hours. So that's not bad. That's about, 20 million an hour. That's not bad. That's better than I usually do. So yeah, so there's something to be said for that. Yeah, like I said though, when I go into wormhole space, it usually ends up costing me a ship or two. So Heron is a good starter ship. Yep. All the updates to the game is adding more content, raids, and story. Yeah. Yeah, so it sounds like they've done a wonderful job with the Star Wars The Old Republic, so I'm anxious to check it out. So, alright, I'm going to have to get creative with this one, because I don't know why. Astero is an awesome ship for scanning. I'm using sister probes, but never fails. It won't bring it down to the full one. Yeah, that's a level 4 site. So. $97.4. Oh. Alright, cool beans. So that's a level 4. So let's put this back. Click on this guy. I'm going to scan this down. Level 4 site is liable to clear me some nice stuff. But do I have to worry about rats in a level 4 site? Anybody? Level 4 data site. Oh, who would have thought that putting Eve into windowed mode would fix my Evo preview problem? There you go. Probing is hella easy these days. I've been around long enough to remember having to place your probes manually. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I do too. That was one of the reasons I hated it. Was that took way too long. It was an all-day affair. But yeah, so Jerry Can, was that yup for me? So will there be rats on a level 4? Oh, you had to ask Chat GPT. All right, cool. Thanks. Yeah, you youngins have it easy. Yeah, they do have it easy. They do have it easy. So yeah, so I don't want to deal with the rats, especially in my fancy new just painted Astero. So.
Warp drive active.
So I'm gonna leave the level 4. Go check out this wormhole. See if it's the one I'm looking for. Knowing it's probably not. You youngins have it easy. Yep. Show info. The wormhole is reaching end of lifetime, so that means I'm not going through it. There we go. Jump, jump, jump. You getting a new roof today? It sure sounds like that. No, I have a leak in my upstairs bathroom, which is just across the stairway from my office where I stream. And it's been there since we moved in here, 30 days ago? I think we're at 30 days. Today's the 9th. So we left America on the 9th, so we arrived here on the 11th. So 28 days. Yeah, so we've been here 28 days and we've had a leak. So the upstairs bathroom is above the downstairs bathroom. So they've been supposed to be fixing it for quite a while. So we kept getting delayed, and then finally all of a sudden today they showed up. So yeah, but they're ripping the tiles up to put a sealant. But I'm 90% sure that's not the problem. Nobody wants to listen to me, so we're gonna let them do what they're doing. But yeah, raising the roof. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah. So we're gonna let them do what they're doing, and then when it still leaks, I'll say I told you so. Like a typical American. Like a typical arrogant American. So yeah, they had to get it. Yeah. Did you get that implant to help with the scanning? I did not pick up that implant yet, JKT. Sorry about that. I've been meaning to get over there. So yeah, I actually found a skill that I need that is super cheap in Amar. So I'm planning on tying it all together, flying over there and getting it. Right now I'm trying to scan down some sites so that I can get some more blueprints because I can't progress any further in this event thing without more blueprints. So it's kind of hacking me off. So I hit warp and heard knocking and was like, interesting sound effects they added to the game. I mean, it's in Minimar, falling apart, but yeah, they learned it. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's all me. I apologize. That's all me. And so I was hoping that the filters on the microphone would prevent some of it because it's really loud here. So, but yes, we aim here at Bond RJR Silverwolf streaming. We aim to please with all kinds of Century input. So we aim to please. All right, so since we're here, let's see if we can invent. See if we can invent. See if we can invent. All right, there's 10 run with. What do I got in there? Decryptor? I don't think so. Signature decryptor? I don't know which one I got in there. Why does it tell me which one it is? Is it that one? Run modifier. Yeah, so then we'll do this one. I've got all the things, so go ahead and start 4 days. We'll see if we can get some more Helios blueprints. That'll take care of that. Curious about this one. Expanded probe launcher. Come on. Yeah, I have the nuclear physics. Expanded probe launcher 2. I really don't want an expanded probe launcher 2. Look up a core, so I guess I need to pick up a core probe launcher. Well, get that. All right, so what else? I don't think I need any of these others right at the moment. All right. Just keep an eye on your top wing bit animation 1. There you go. Top wingy bit rather. Stupid autocorrect. All right, so now we'll do what we were doing yesterday, and I'll look at the exploration to see. Oop, that's not the one I wanted. Come on. cosmic signatures, so it'll tell me where they're cosmic signatures. So there's one in Uria, 7 in Hysera. That's low sec. I'm not going to low sec. Kuleen, it says, has 3. I already scanned those. Tonkin's got 1. It's got 2. I was in Benelin. I think I scanned both of those. They were the other ones. Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing. Fucking sucks. Yeah, because these Benelin ones I know I've already scanned. I don't know why it doesn't show me that I've already scanned them. I could probably go into low sec. That's still kind of risky. All right. Fuck it. Oh, yeah. So, just Omega sub 2 accounts. 1 by accident, but whatever. My Orca has a fleet hangar, mining hold, and boatload of high slots. Yeah, it does. Don't know what to do with it now. Is there a website for current fit suggestions? Yes, there is. Actually, one of these guys will post it, but yes. Eve Workbench. There it is. Yep, Eve Workbench. It has a bunch of fits. Really good. But yeah, the main reason for those high slots is that's where your core is going to go, and your compression and your boost will all go in those high slots. So that's why it has so many high slots. So, yep, there you go. Brespin posted it up there. So yeah, you can find all kinds of fits there. It's really good, really good. That's one thing I don't like in Eve is I'm not a big fit guy. So I hate the fits. The fits give me fits. So it's kind of nice to have a place to be able to get some fits.
Warp drive active.
That's the one thing I don't like. It's trying to figure out the fits. Oshama's got 1.
Warp drive active.
You put medium rails on a prod battleship. Yeah, exactly. A large battleship. Projectile battleship. Yep. Safe-ish to travel around a high sec with an Orca. Yeah, you should be. It's also a tank. So even if somebody did try to gank you, I would keep an eye here. Let me send you the gank site. There is a site called Eve Gate Camp Check. Man, they are really pounding. Sorry. You can use this to make sure that there's no gate camp setup or anything like that. But even then, the Orca probably would survive. That's that. Yeah, they were a lot cheaper. Now they're super expensive. So yeah, so there is something to be said for that. So there's an actual bad site. Actually, 2 Reckoning combat sites. Reckoning sleeper site, Reckoning sleeper site. So that's pretty nice. Seems nobody's checking this place. Maybe I'll get lucky with the Relic site. So, but yeah, they were a lot cheaper way back when. Amitation. Pro tip, set your lockback setting up. Yes, that's a good one. And you might have to explain that, Respin. It's the setting that when somebody locks you, you automatically lock them. And so you want to make sure you have that set so that they don't, so that you don't automatically target them. It's a way they can try and get you to trick you into targeting them so that then they can try and get Concord to take you out for them, and then they can loot your ship. Loot and salvage. So it's just it's a setting on the ships that says whether you automatically lock somebody that locks you or not. I honestly don't remember where to set it, but they are really pounded. Sorry about that.
Warp drive active.
Hit escape, then go down to gameplay, and it's at the top. Okay, cool. So it's not actually on the ship; it's actually in your Eve settings. Yeah, I thought it was per ship. Silly me. Tricks are for kids. 702. Probably won't last another day. All right, let's save. Whole X702 59 025. Cool. Sure. Okay. Alright, got the exit marked. Directional scanner shows somebody's probes are out. But I don't see any. Knowing my luck, he's probably sitting right here. 213, 232. So not the one I'm looking for. Already went through. Alright, so not the one I'm looking for. YouTube. Okay, so good. Thanks, Jerry Can. Yeah, so why are you not showing it? I already scanned it down. Hey, Sarah. Who talking? Yeah. This has got to be the worst area for, I guess, finding signatures, it seems.
Warp drive active.
So yes, sorry about the pounding. I definitely am a professional streamer like a Narcos, you know. Things like this never happen to professional streamers, so. Yeah, in most cases, the annotation, you want it turned off because you don't want it to auto target. That'll get you in trouble. Oh, there's a new one. Weird. Okay, so where'd they go? Oh, there they are. It's like, why can't I see them? They're right in front of you, you moron. Yeah, Yeah, so they're ripping up the tiles. They're going to then put, I guess, some kind of sealant and then put the tiles back down again. But yeah, actually, yeah, if your safety set to green, you should be good. That's true too. So yeah, so that safety thing here, right here above your HUD, as long as that's green, that should also protect you. Though I don't think that stops targeting though. Because technically targeting is not a dangerous one. Nice to see MWD-10's align warp still works. Yep. Yeah, that's the only way to fly the Orca, to be perfectly honest. So the Orca is definitely it's a beast. It takes forever to align. So yeah, so you want to make sure that you're doing something there. So lockback helps with locking up faster. Yep. Yeah, for the PvPers, I think it makes sense. But for regular people like us, I don't think it really works out. 12 people. Probably not going to get this one, but we'll scan it down anyway. All right, that's a level 2. I'm going to go after it.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, only thing that's going to attack you are NPCs. Yep. So that's a good point. Yep. As long as you stay out of the wormholes and low sec or null space, you shouldn't have anything attacking you but NPCs or gankers. All right. Only me. Let's see if I can get a micro warp drive on here. All right. Data's on this side. Symmetry. Couple other components that I can use. Yeah, only thing that should now the gankers, of course, but in those cases, I think you want to target back faster. You warp into a site and don't have to worry about locking up, or you're sitting on a belt mining and it finds the rats for you. That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. And not that many tiles in there. Might be like 15 tiles. Need to switch these because I'm used to it being the other way. There we go. The dreaded carbon. Dreaded carbon. Night, Blue Gray. Just dropping to wish you all a good night. Been struggling to get up to bed early. I really need to. No worries, Blue Gray. I understand completely. Have a good night. Sleep well. Looking forward to Monday. I am too. Supposedly Jackson's going to be there, so that should make it perfect. What do I mine in high sec? Scordite, massive condensed. Actually, you probably, depending on what you want to do, you want to mine it all. If you're building, if you're just trying to sell, you can look at which one is going for the current highest price and mine that one. But yeah, if you're building, then they all give towards the building process. So I mine them all. I usually start with the plague and then move on to the others. That ain't working out. So it's got to be over here then. There it is. Alright. Couple decryptors, couple data cores, not bad. 18 million, not bad at all.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, all of it at this point, ore price is up. Yep. Yeah, so people are paying top dollar for the ore. So they don't want to mine. Time consuming. So they're happy to have somebody else do it for them. So. Really, they should have all those out of there by now. Like I said, there's only like 15 tiles total. But maybe not. Plan was for the wife to go shopping once they got started. But I can hear her talking, so I know she did. Plus, the little girl's not here with me. So obviously she must have changed her mind. Never a dull moment around here. So, never a dull moment around here. So, what we got? Oop, we got one here too. They are definitely pounding. Once again, sorry about the pounding. I can't control when things get done in the Philippines. That's a whole nother discussion topic. It definitely has its own way of doing things here, and it is very alien to me. So I'm trying to get used to it. But yes. Like I said, we've been trying to get them here for over 2 weeks. So honestly, I'm just glad they're here. So, but yes, I'm sure I will. But they actually, yeah, it's funny. So we knew they were coming today because, like I said, this is probably the third or fourth scheduled time. But then when they showed up this morning, they did not have a permit, and so the guards would not let them into the development without a permit. So we had to call the landlord and get them on that. So I had assumed it was going to be rescheduled again till next week for the fourth time. But I guess they did somehow scare up a permit. Ooh, Relic site. They did somehow scare up a permit, and they are working. So that was a good change. I honestly didn't expect that. So yeah, it'd be great to get our bathroom back. The upstairs bathroom is definitely the nicest bathroom, but with the leak, it's causing a lot of problems. But like I said, I am not buying that it's the floor. I think it's one of the pipes. But I'm just a stupid American. So I need to buy books. Do I still need to find an NPC library station that sells them like I did long ago? Yes and no. That's going to be definitely the cheapest place to buy them. So that's probably where you want to go. Because if you buy them from the other places, it's going to be a lot more expensive. A lot of people nowadays will buy the books and take them to Cheetah and sell them for a huge markup. So yeah, so just check the market. And usually you can tell based on the percentage ratio of whether it's a good price or not. So if it shows a huge markup, then you probably want to go with something else. So, all right, I found the sleeper site. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, I'm too far away. Yes, that makes sense. This isn't a stereo. What is my range? 46. Jeez. We'll see if somebody comes in here and tries to pick one off on me, because they probably will. So we don't have the books you need in the bin. Okay, thanks, Retspin. I figured as much. They're kind of high-end books, so, and that's not a problem. I'm just gonna pick them up. I gotta come down there to pick up your stuff. JKT left me some stuff in MR space, so I gotta come there and pick up that stuff anyway. So I'll just pick it up when I'm there. I need to remember to pick up the guns too. It's weird. Cheetah had the frigate. They had the frigate book for cheap, but the destroyer book was really expensive. So yeah, I plan on being here Monday. Good. To smash some rock. Appreciate it. Jackson. That's always a huge help. We always love having you on board, so. I'll take it. Nobody's going through the door. Here we go. Alright, so there's one. Claim the reward so I don't forget. Open the site. Nothing in it. Need some blueprints, people. Unlocked. Nobody stole any from me yet. Good. We run a lot of trig stuff, so we normally have some. I appreciate it. Also, I found some stuff in Eugene left over from New Year's party that will spice things up a bit. That sounds ominous. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, I remember the New Year's party. I do. I remember the New Year's party. So yeah, so you guys all got to be there Monday night then, because it sounds like it's going to be another interesting mining event. All right, so let's do this one. Come on, I need some blueprints. These are killing me. Loss prevention. All right, so he's got some other ones in here. Oh yeah, so there's the NOS. And the Rook. Oh, that's nice. I don't have a Rook. Rock's Navy. These are all skins. Yeah, I'll check those out in a second. We get this last relic. Oh my lord.
FBI, open up!
Thanks, Khaleesi, for the raid. Appreciate it. There we go. Alright, so I got her. No freaking blueprints. That hacks me off. Thanks, Khaleesi, for the raid. Appreciate it. Get you a shout out. Appreciate the raid. Raiders, welcome. This time I will just put goodies in secure cans in the belt we mine in and do random lotto for the winner, and they can password to collect the prize. There you go. That sounds like a good deal. That sounds like a good deal. All right, so I actually got one there. So at least I got a relic site. But unfortunately it had 0 blueprints, so kind of defeats the purpose. That's what I'm looking for, is blueprints. So that's Nestman, WKRP in Cincinnati. I told you, collect ships. There you go, yeah. Yeah, I have already done that. So as you guys saw in Venelin yesterday, I've got a ton of ships and I'm still building more. All right, no signatures here. Let's go ahead and jump.
Drive active.
Did you finish the event yet? I did not. So. So I am. Yeah, I'm still a ways away. 600. No. 570 away. So. But I have no blueprints. So, yeah. I have no blueprints. There's still 7 days left, so it shouldn't be that bad. But, yeah, I've got no blueprints whatsoever. None at all, which is really frustrating. Because I really want some blueprints. I'm going to drop this stuff off. And actually, I need to do some get the rest of my dailies, so, which should be fairly easy.
Docking request accepted.
I take Skinner paints. Yep. I got several that take them as well, Khaleesi, but I'll definitely let you know. So, just gave mine to DM4DS. Yep. More news, less Nestman. Yep, more news, less Nestman. So, yeah, Kickin has my latest ones. So, okay, so let's do this. So this is other. These are resources. Put this in the item hanger so I remember to take it with me. Oh, for crying out loud. I don't know why it always moves on me. Pain in my butt. Leaper is other. Other. And we'll put these in resources. All right. Let's switch to a ship I can use to do my distro mission. While we're out doing those, we'll check on other stuff. So, got 3 sets maybe, yeah. Yeah, I've got a bunch. But I had promised my latest batch to Kickin, so Kickin kind of went overboard on my stream here a couple weeks ago, so I had promised them to him, so. But yeah, the next batch, Khaleesi, I'll keep you in mind, so. Old enough to remember when Elvis died. I am old enough to remember when Elvis died as well, so. I was actually born a couple days after Martin Luther King died. So now I'm really dating myself. So I don't know what they're pounding on now, perfectly honest. Yeah, sorry, Khaleesi and Raiders. Sorry about the pounding. I got some work that's going on here in my house that is proving elusive. I got a leak in my upstairs bathroom, trying to get it fixed because it's leaking into my downstairs bathroom. So the bathroom's here in the Philippines. So for those of you that don't know, I'm living in the Philippines now. I used to be in Kansas City, Kansas. Retired from my job. My wife and I retired from our jobs. My wife is from the Philippines, so we moved to the Philippines permanently and are living here now. We've been here 28 days, I think we figured. And so not quite a month. This weekend will be a month. And so we're loving it. It's actually been fantastic. So, but there is a signature there. I don't have a scan ship, so we'll have to check it out later. But
Drive active.
always looking for signatures. So, but yes, so from that perspective, we're enjoying it. But we're in a rental place at the moment because we are building a house. We've had a house designed by an architect, and we have land already purchased. But we're trying to get all the paperwork straightened out and get the building process started. Unfortunately, the rainy season is beginning here, so it's not a good time to start building. So it'll probably be after the rainy season before we actually get any building done. Ooh, look at that. There's an ice field here in Halima. Good to know. But
Drive active.
so yeah, so unfortunately, the rental place we have, there was somebody living in it prior to us. And didn't complain about anything. We found all kinds of issues, electrical issues, several other issues. Our electric meter burned out, which resulted in us getting free electric for the month of April, which was kind of nice. Now we have a super heavy-duty electric meter that probably isn't going to burn out, so I'm not going to get free electric again. But yeah, so that still was a blessing. And yes, we've got this water leak. We've got several water leaks that are leaking into electrical sockets, which from an American perspective, is never a good idea. Water and electric are never a good combination. So, yeah, so that's what we're trying to get unscrewed now. But we've been waiting for these guys to show up for about 2 weeks. And they finally showed up this morning. So that's where the pounding's coming from. But it does seem like the pounding has stopped. So maybe they finally got, like I said, the bathroom is a really small bathroom. Both the bathrooms are really small. And so I'm kind of shocked that they've been pounding as long as they were, because it maybe had a total of 15 tiles. So it really shouldn't have taken that long. But welcome to the Philippines. So yeah, we had a problem with our internet. So my internet's been pretty sketchy. I finally got the stream settings adjusted so that it seems to work on a regular basis, knock on wood. So it seems to be working out well, but the unfortunately it still cuts out from time to time, but we pay monthly, as we do everything here, and you have to pay in person. There's no online pay, there's no anything. So we actually paid our internet bill a day early. So our bill was due on the 3rd, and we paid it on the 2nd. And then on the 4th, they shut off my internet. I'm like, why would you shut off my internet? And so when we went over there, we tried to call them, couldn't get a hold of anybody. My in-laws had to actually drive there and check things out. And they told them, oh, yeah, you paid on the 2nd. Your bill's not due to the 3rd, so it didn't get credited. So now that you've showed us the receipt, we went ahead and credited and turned your internet back on. So you can't pay here early, or it doesn't get credited. You got to pay the day of. No accounting system. So yeah, so another cultural thing that I'm gonna have to adjust to. So yeah, it has been driving me pretty nuts. So, but when in Rome, right? So yeah, I would love to pay it a year in advance and not worry about it, to be perfectly honest. Now that I've got the things kind of adjusted. Like I said, we did have a kind of a cutout yesterday, but I think it was the internet, not my settings. So far, it's been going good today. Most of this week, I haven't had any problems. I think I had problems yesterday, but that was the only one. Can you pay Starlink in advance there? So that's a good question. I think I can, because Starlink is actually paid online. But I don't have Starlink yet. I'm actually on the waiting list for Starlink. So Starlink is sold out in the Manila area, and we are just south of Manila. So we are included in that circle that's sold out. So they will not provide me Starlink. I had to pay a month in advance to get on the waiting list. So now I'm waiting for it. I have reached out to them multiple times. I asked them, hey, I'm a streamer. Any chance I can get special consideration? And they just resent me the same form letter from before that says, we'll let you know when it's available. Don't contact us. We'll contact you. Thanks for your money. You know? So yeah, so we'll have to see how that works out. I'm looking into some other things. There's some people here that have said you can go to the mall and you can actually buy the Starlink kit. So I think once you get the kit, they will allow you to connect to the internet. Because they can't, I guess they really can't stop you, to be honest. But yeah, from that perspective, getting the kit is what I'm waiting on. And so yeah, so we may try and go to one of the malls south of us, because literally the circle goes to us. If you go a little bit further south, they're not sold out. So I'm wondering if I can go to a mall either a little north of Manila, or a little south of us, and pick up a kit and bring it back here. I'm sure they're probably going to ask me for an address, but maybe I just make something up and then go from there. But yeah, so we'll see. That's one of the things I'm looking at. There is somebody here in my neighborhood that has Starlink, and so I was going to reach out to them as well, because really here it's about who you know, not necessarily what you know. And so, but yeah, so But yeah, so we're trying a couple different things. Like I said, I did finally get the, yeah, so I have no idea what that means, JKD. I'm sure it's an abbreviation of some kind. I'm kind of afraid of what it might be. But actually, there's quite a few signatures out here, so I need to set this back up and come back out here because I think this might work. So, Gesundheit, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm thinking it's like get your ass in the something, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, and most of us from them would know the acronym. I don't know the acronym. Yeah. Back when I was a kid, you got kicked out of the house after cartoons, told not to come back until the street lights come on. Yep, that was the way ours was too. So, yeah. But yeah, I don't know that one. Get your ass in the MFing house right now. Yeah, I think that's probably it. All right, start conversation. Complete the mission, share it. So that'll give it to myself and him. So then we can close this guy. And then what we'll do is we'll set it back to Venlin. And then I'm going to come back here to Matsu. So let's see what we can buy here. Actually, I'll put it in MOTSU. Piece of cake. All right. Let's go to Venlin. 9 jumps. Holy cow. All right. Oh, ads are on. Sorry. Yeah. Yep. Get your ass in the MFN house right now before I break your ass. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Break or beat. Yeah, we talked about that before. I got beat probably just about every day by my dad. So he wore out more belts on my rear end than he ever wore out on my by wearing pants. So yeah, so and I pushed my boundaries as a kid. That's the end of my call. At the 2-hour mark. That's not good. Alright. Large bulkhead rigs on an orca or drone mining augmenters. Drone mining augmenters is what I would go with. The orca is already a beast. So unless you have a real concerted effort of gankers, I would never take it. Number one, I would never take it into Wormhole. I would never take it into nullsec or lowsec. As long as you stay in high sec, it's going to take a very organized set of gankers to try and bring it down because it can tank quite a bit. And more than likely, you're going to have friends around when you're using it, so they'll be able to help out and draw some fire. So yeah, I would definitely go with the mining augmenters because it's kind of a beast to begin with. So. Let's check all. Yeah, so there's 4 signatures there. This is great. And there's nobody in any of these systems. Maybe I just didn't go the right way. I don't know. So yeah, so. Sorry, Imitation, you probably didn't hear that. So yeah, so ads are done. So Imitation, sorry if you didn't hear that. I would definitely go with the mining augmenters. The orca itself, okay, cool. Yeah, I forgot the ads were on, so sorry about that. Yeah, we got a lot of signatures. All right, so we're gonna come back here and scan these down. Maybe we'll get lucky. I'll get some points for Falstaff and get some blueprints for Craig. Okay, sleepy time. Long day today and tomorrow. All right. Hey Jackson, be careful driving. Give Mom a big Mother's Day hug for me. And have a great weekend. Just be safe, and we'll see you next week. All right? Definitely drive careful. All right. Yeah, so we've got signatures all over the place. And there is nobody in any of these systems.
Active.
Really, really strange. All right, so we'll take care of those. So bulkheads. Oh, see, I would go the other way, Respin. I definitely would go the other way. But then again, I'm not a ship fitter, so Respin may have a better idea. So I use bulkheads. Okay, so you got two saying bulkheads, Amitation, so I'd go with the bulkheads. Shows what I know.
Warp drive active.
And who knows, I probably have bulkheads on mine. Looking at this 6B and 5th, yeah, it seems like begging to get ganked. Yeah, like I said, it's kind of a tank. Drone mine isn't worth it considering the EHP lose without having them. Okay. Yeah, you're mostly going to use it for boosting people. And it's more of a goodwill thing.
Warp drive active.
But yeah. And the other thing, and they're really good at, the Orca, I use my Orca multiple times to move ships around. I had ships all over the galaxy. And I used my Orca to move ships around because the fleet hangar comes in very handy. Honestly, I think that was probably the only time I flew it. I built a porpoise, and I think I have some extra builds on my porpoise BPC. But I could build you a porpoise. Porpoise is the smaller version of the Orca. A lot easier to move around, a lot cheaper. It's what I've gone with.
Warp drive active.
If you want to do drone mining, do it in a port. Yep. Well, but the problem is when you're out there boosting people in the Orca, you're going to be doing drone mining because you're boosting them, so you're going to do it. So that's why I was saying drone mining. That's what I used mine for, was for boost and compression. They're pounding again. I don't know what they're pounding for, but
Warp drive active.
I already set the destination back to Motsu so I can go and do some scanning. Since those areas seem to be abandoned, sounds like a good time for me to go do some scanning. So Maybe I'll get some. But you can build a port that is geared to solo drone mining. Yep. Yeah, see, I don't see taking either one of them out solo.
Docking
I see.
request accepted.
In the case of those, yeah. The only time I have mine out is when I'm boosting somebody, so, or moving ships. Like I said, I did use my Orca to move a lot of ships, so, and so yeah. So if I'm gonna do mining, solo mining, I'll use a barge. So, all right, let's switch back to our Astero. See where it went. There it is. And actually, let me grab these other probes. Sorry, they're pounding again, so. The Orca is a pickup truck. Yep, I agree. Well, I got an Orca and no friends. Solo port mining might be interesting, as I do have a mining barge for a while yet. Yeah, so anytime you're going to be mining, I would use the mining barge. If you've got other people and you want to boost them, that's when the Orca comes in handy. So, or if you got to move a lot of ships, because moving the ships really makes a big difference too. So, nothing here. Pretty sure nothing in Hogamo. Yeah, just a reminder, all my live broadcasts go out on YouTube, so you guys can check them out there. I did have a major problem yesterday with YouTube not exporting my video. It's really strange. So I ended up exporting it like 12 times, and then when I looked this morning, there were 12 copies of my video on YouTube, so I had to clean that up. So Amitation, yeah, he probably isn't. So Amitation, you might want to join the in-game chat. And so this channel here, because they add a lot of fits and that kind of stuff in there, which is a lot easier because then you can grab the links, see what's going on. I know you're building one. Are you sure you don't want a ligature combo analyzer? I do want one. Yeah, I do want one. The problem is I don't have the materials to build it yet. So I do have the blueprint for it, but I don't have the materials to build it yet. The materials are pretty expensive. So yeah, I actually do have one ligature. I can never remember what this first word is. Yeah. So yeah, the materials. So I got some more high-tech manufacturing tools, but I need 50 high-tech data chips and 50 high-tech scanners. So high-tech scanners I think I can make from PI. I don't know if the data chips are PI as well. No, you just buy them. Yeah, just buy them. Oh. Why did it close that one? Tell you, some days it really doesn't pay to get out of bed. Yeah, so it's saying for the 50 chips is 28 million, 34 million. So yeah, we're looking at about 60 million and 150 million for the high-tech manufacturing tools, which I can get. These I can get from data sites. So I think all of them come from data sites, to be honest. So, but yeah, so ooh, we got a signature. All right, so let's go ahead and scan this baby down. Sorry about the pounding. I thought they were done. So, thought they were done. That wormhole. That's all right. Check it out. See if it's the one we're looking for. aren't the drones you're looking for. The droids you're looking for, sorry. Check this out to see. Because if I find that one, that would definitely solve my money problems. I've got probably $1 billion worth of PI in this wormhole system. I've just been building it for years. In fact, I ran out of space. I can't build anymore because all the storage places and every place else that I added are all full. So yeah, I'm hoping to find it by accident, but you know, that's that would make me pretty lucky. But yes, I am looking to build mine. So posted my solo port. There you go. Yep. All right. A162, show info. Probably won't last another day. That's okay. Save. Okay, 162 5903. Sorry about the pounding. Sorry, had to leave room. Keep it in 9.9 or 10 space. Yep. Yeah, I never do any solo drone mining. If I'm gonna do solo mining, I'll use a mining barge. Ooh, close. 1,000 even. That's for the 10,000 even. Let's grab the exit. E274 exit. All right. Then let's look and see what we got here. See if anybody's living here. So there's only one planet. It doesn't look like anybody's living here. War site, combat sites. Combat sites, war site. Oh my goodness gracious, that's a lot of sites. War site. Man, that's a lot of sites. All right, well, it's not the one I'm looking for, and I don't need to scan any more down, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave. Yeah, it's not showing anything except the planet. Let's head to Halima. So, or you have to keep an eye out for rats. So, yep. You want your mining drones out as much as you can. Have them out. Yeah. Solo drone used to be better. Upside is you park it, mine with your drones and compress on your ore. Yep, that's a good point. Yeah, so that's what I do when I'm boosting somebody. When I'm boosting a group, I'll mine with the drones and compress. But yeah. But that's the only time I have it out is when I'm boosting a group. Because otherwise it ain't worth it. Got one signature here. Let's go ahead and get this one scanned down. Lucky. Maybe. And shift it on. Yeah, see, I don't think I've ever done solo drone mining. But that does make sense. You'd be able to compress it. So, which when I do solo mining, I never get to compress it. So, but when I do solo mining, not drone mining, I never get to compress it. Another wormhole. Imagine that. Imagine that. If you're near a station that compresses, then just run a barge with a big hole. Yeah. And honestly, I didn't know that stations could compress. That was a new one for me.
Warp drive active.
So yeah, so that's one I got to figure out which stations compress. I can't remember how to find stations that sell books at NPC prices. So if you just look in the market, so if you just bring up the market, so for instance, one I was looking for was Procure. Yeah, I guess it wasn't Procure. Oh. Let's say jury rigging. So jury rigging is a skill. So you'll see, you can kind of tell by the name of it. And actually none of these look like they're actual library ones. Business Tribunal Accounting is probably one. But see, they show they only have one. So I think it would probably be these ones with the more. But you can see here, this one's got it for 2,500. Where then you go all the way up here, somebody's selling it for 356,000, and 10 of them. So they moved them there and resold them for that amount. So that's where you got to be careful. So yeah, if you just check the market, find which one's cheapest, then you'll be able to figure it out, and then kind of go from there to see what you're willing to pay. Show info. Won't last another day, that's fine. Save. Hold. A162, 59, 351. Cool. And let's enter. Yeah, it's quantity, right? If it's 900, then it's NPC sold. Correct. Normally, you may have some that'll buy them in bulk and sell them, so they try and fool people into thinking it's NPC. But quantity as well as the price. NPCs are going to sell it to cheapest. So that's what you want. 212. So wrong one again. Save. Oh. And 110. Exit. All right. So then we'll check the scanner. Okay, so there's a Minimar control tower. So somebody's living here. Lots of moons. It's like a good place to live. Only one control tower, so yeah. So not the one I'm looking for. So we'll go ahead and bug out. But yeah, 40-ish a day sell. That's another good one. Yeah, if you look at how many they sell per day, that's another good one. So I take mine with me in my bowhead to make ammo money when I'm away from home. Oh, there you go. Can't remember how to find station sale, but yeah. So, okay, so we scanned that one down. So let's jump to Sankasen.
Warp drive active.
I see why there's nobody in these systems, because they're all wormholes. Nobody's bothering. Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I'll get lucky. What do we got here? No, not a single one. That was weird. I was pretty sure there were some earlier. It's fine. We'll move to the next one. Move to the next ones. But yeah, the ones that sell multiples per day are usually the ones. Jury rigging was a bad one. Like, for instance, if you need jury rigging, I have several copies of it, so don't buy it. Unfortunately, I can't see which ones I have now because I'm not there. I keep everything in containers, and unfortunately, the containers won't let you see what's in them when you're remote. So that's kind of. How do I see the day sale value? So yeah, so if you go here in the market, and you can actually do price history. So the second tab here, and it tells you how many they've sold per day. So yeah, so these are the ones. So this one shows quantity. So this is where this is actually price history. So maybe that's not it. There's another one. Ooh, that's not it. That's not it. The expire. Okay. Yep. So the expire here. If you see the expire. So like. All right, says I'm back. Sorry about that. Looks like I got dropped. So, and it looks like both of them got dropped. So that was interesting to say the least. Can you guys hear me? I'm going to bring up just one of them. So. Or I'm going to try to bring up one of them. It says client's running, but. Oh, no, I'm dropping again, looks like. Nope. 5 by 5. Welcome back. The hammer sounds good. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys can hear the hammer, that's probably it. But
Connecting.
all right. So it looks like I'm back on. The drop frames are dropping. The percentage is dropping, so that means I'm getting good frames. So, but yeah, that's kind of frustrating. So it looks like Kragan's coming, or excuse me. Falstaff's coming up, so yeah, so I had to mark it open, but so curious if I had any drones out. I don't think I did I? Okay, so it doesn't look like I did. Let's see. Yep, it's reloading, so must not have. I must not have got that far. Thought I did, but so yeah, that's a good point. If you guys can hear the hammering, then you can hear me. So yeah. So. Shipboard compression tech, 150 million. Yep. Yeah, and the actual compression module is not cheap either. So yeah. Might as well go for a hot chocolate, nobody hurts and nobody cries. Might as well go for a hot chocolate, nobody drowns and nobody dies. Good old Jerry Can and his song lyrics. Yeah, the hammers sound good. Thanks, JKT. Drachenhort, thanks. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So my internet seems to have been cutting out again. So even though I have the settings pretty much where it seems like it works, I still have to deal with the internet cutting out. So not as bad as it was. We were losing 4, 5, 6 times a day when we started a couple weeks ago. So it's gotten better from that, but still kind of a pain in the rear end. So I'm anxious to try and get something figured out with Starlink. I've asked my wife to talk to, I'm trying to figure out which one of the neighbors has the Starlink so I can ask them how they got it. How long they've had it, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I can make an offer for their Starlink. But everybody here clams up when I talk to them because they don't want to speak English. They do speak English, but they're not very comfortable speaking English, so they kind of clam up. So. Yeah, so I want to send her over so we can figure out, because they could probably make some money off their Starlink if they sell it to me. So, like I said, I think once you have the kit, connecting isn't a problem. They don't prevent you from connecting, but they're not letting anybody buy kits now because they say that they're sold out. And so I just need to find a way to get a kit and bring it here. And so then I should be fine. So this is a level 4, so I'm not going to do it because I don't want to lose my Astero. We're going to move on to the next one.
Active.
But yeah, imitation, that shipboard compression, like I said, the skill as well as the module are horribly expensive. But it is worth it. So I'm as cheap as they come, and I had a real problem with it. But I bought it, and it has been worth it. I haven't even used mine very many times, but it has made a huge difference. So compression is a game changer for mining. So from that perspective, it's made a huge difference. So it was worth it. Got one signature here. This one. But yeah, it makes it a little hard when they make them that expensive. When you start building, so I build battleships as well, and the battleships have some PI components, and each of the PI components, blueprint for the PI components, is like 150 million each. I think there's 3 of them. Yeah, it was ridiculous. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So I actually bought 2 of them. I think 2 of them were. So I think no, they were 75,000 each, 75 million each, and then the third one was 150 million. And so I bought the 75 million ones. The 150 million one, I think you use 1 for every battleship. So I just said, you know what? I'll just buy 1. I don't build that many battleships. And unfortunately, that may not have been the correct plan, but that's the way I went. Yeah, so 300 million for the 3 blueprints that you needed for that, and that was just ridiculous. So yeah, I'm not going to do this combat site, but we'll scan it down so we have it. Of course, anytime I get disconnected, I lose all the scans that I've done, which is kind of a pain in the rear end. Let's jump to this one.
Warp drive active.
I did bring him in, didn't I? Yep, I did. Okay, cool. 630 million per cap temp control. There you go. Yep. If you buy the part, yeah. Yeah, so that's gone up because it wasn't that expensive. So yeah. Yeah, that's moon mining, not PI, I think. So yeah, because the one I'm thinking of is this one. Industry. Arm. No, I have an Armageddon. I guess not. Just showing up there. There, Dominic's. Yeah, so it's these ones. So the life support I bought, the auto integrity I bought, the core temperature regulator. So they're about 7 million each. So, but the blueprint for it. So if you do show info, and then do view market details on this guy, I probably won't find it, but yeah. So 750 million is what the blueprint is selling for. So maybe that's what you were saying, yeah. The core temp regulator, and man, what a nightmare. I'm like, I'm not paying 750 million for that, especially when it's only 7 million a piece. I only need one per battleship. I'm not building that many battleships, to be honest. So just for my own use. So all right, so we've got 3 signatures here. So let's scan these babies down. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll get lucky. They are still pounding. I don't know what they're pounding. So, but yeah, the next step. Sorry, my two fault. Yep. The next step is up. It's 320 million. Yep. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm not paying that. 750 million just for the blueprint? No. Especially when I only need one and they only cost 7 million each? No. That's 100. I have to build 100 battleships before it even pays off. And so I'm like, yeah, forget that. I'm probably not going to build a whole lot. Yep. Capital level is way worse. Yep. I agree. But yeah, it used to be you could build the battleships just for the mineral. And they added in these PI components. That was actually semi-recently. And that's been kind of a nightmare. Like I said, I only build the battleships that I want. So I'm probably not going to build 100, so... Thought I was dropping again. Ooh, a relic site. Oh, come on, baby. Anybody in this system? 7 people. Uses capital parts. Yep, that's what I'm dealing with the big ad. Yep, yeah, it's all capital parts. All right, that is a reckoning site, so I'm going to leave my drones out and I'm going to warp to 0. See if maybe we're first. Probably not, but we could try. Relic is the first one, and I didn't check to see which. It's a level 3. All right. So it should have, oh, somebody's already here. Damn it. All right, so it's his. He beat me to it, so it's his.
Warp drive active.
All right, so we'll scan down the next one. Scan down the next one. All right. Hydrate. Thanks, Respin. Posture check. Yeah, I'm definitely. This plastic chair doesn't work out very well. I'll be glad to get my my gaming chair hopefully here in a couple more weeks. But yeah, that's one of the things I'm going to work on this weekend. I'm hoping is I'm going to add some more redeems for the channel points. We can get some of those taken care of. So. Wormhole. Wormholes. I just saw Serpent has been at it for 11 hours. Yep. Porpoise compression, the exact same as at Orca. Yep. You can compress. There's a compression module for ore, and there's a compression module for ice. And so I think the porpoise can only do the ore. It can't do the ice, but don't quote me on that. Where the Orca can do both. I never compressed ice, so it's never been a problem for me. But yes, the other than that, they do the same. So yeah, Serpent sometimes goes on those binges. So he's part of the mothership team as well. So I'm part of the mothership team, which is a Narcosis team. And so that's been kind of nice. But yeah, Serpent Power is also one of those. So try to keep it in the family. So really pounding now. So sorry about that. Really pounding that. Nobody wants to hear that. Compression for ore, gas, ice, moon for Orca. Okay, yep. Yeah, see, I didn't realize the moon was also one. An ore and gas for the port. Okay. All right, that's another reckoning site. So let's go ahead and warp to that. Maybe that other guy's still working on the other one, so maybe he didn't get this one. So. Or maybe somebody else got it. Yep. No, appreciate it. Appreciate it, JKT. All right, I did get this one. So cool. Approach. I can't target till 46. So now hopefully they handle it the same way I did, is that they acknowledge that it's my site and they leave it alone. Not everybody follows the same rules that I do, so. But, you know, what else is new? My wife always tells me that. Not everybody's as smart as you, sweetheart. Since it's probably the other guy, hopefully, since I left his alone, he'll leave mine alone. But, you know, we'll see. Need to mark their names down so that when they don't leave them alone, then I remember who they are. So I can open fire on them. I don't even have any drones in this baby at the moment, so that's probably not going to make any difference. But man, those guys are pounding. Sorry about the pounding. God, man, what is going on? Oh, some blueprints. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's what I needed. This guy. The blueprints. So, but gas comp actually drops the ISK per unit. Yeah, gas is better. Gas actually is much better price-wise for profitability. So. But yeah. 1215 local lunch break for workers. That's probably what happened before when we stopped hearing the pounding, was that they took a lunch break. So yeah. Oh, another blueprint. Excellent. Now we're cooking with gas. All right, so we'll get this taken care of, which will complete us out on this one, so it gets some more points. We just need to add some music to it. Oh, I guess I better unlock this. All right. Oh man, that was easy. All right, no blueprints on that one though. Damn it. The thorax skin. All Alright, got some more points. Alright, let's check and see if there's any other. Nope, so those are all done. Let's move on to the next one.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, like I said, there's only 15 tiles in that bathroom. So I don't know what the heck they're still pounding on. So, but maybe they're taking out the under laminate as well in order to figure something out. I don't know. Stranger things have happened. All right, so there are 4 here. So let's get these guys actually, since there's 4. Let's go to a planet.
Warp drive active.
Nope. Nice try. Almost got it. The stare of warp is too fast. Pretty crazy. 3rd period in Vegas. We'll post the highlights when it's done. Thanks, bud. Yeah, I've been loving the highlights. Been loving them. Henry Davy Vespa. Somebody's doing the combat site. Let's do this. If they were just consistent, we could add some music to it and we'd be in like Flynn, but no dice. It's funny. That's the most common tool here in the Philippines is a hammer. They use a hammer for everything. So they use a hammer for everything. Come on. Scan that data site down in a second. But this one is really, really being tough. Ah, that's why it's being tough. It's a relic site. Makes sense. All right, come on. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Daddy needs a new blueprint. There's a reckoning site, so we're gonna warp right to it. Cut to the chase.
Warp drive active.
Cut to the chase. All right, I'm here, and I'm the only one. Come on. I gotta get close enough for it to let me target it. Slide in here on this one. You're shading off that guy. That's where I started. Cool. It's a blueprint. Love it. Alright, unlock. Approach. Alright. Pretty crazy third period. Yeah, that's the nice thing I've really enjoyed is that the NHL playoffs have actually been very good. Very good. Well worth it. Well worth it. Well worth it. Here she is. Come on, I need some blueprints. No. I need some blueprints. All right, so we'll take out this last one, which will get us a couple more points. We'll scan down the rest of these things. I saw one of them was a data site, so may do it. If it's less than 3 or 4. The 3 I might do to get the best can. May try it. I've only got an afterburner on here though, so I don't know that that'll work. Oh man, perfect. There's a blueprint. All right, so we got 5 blueprints. That's good. Claim this reward. All right. This guy going here, so let's go this way. Let's finish scanning. This one's a data site, so let's scan this other one down. too low. Just spawned another Garista refuge, so that was good. Ooh, another relic site. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Oh, ads are on again. Sorry about that, guys. All right, that is another relic site. So let's leave that. Let's go here.
Warp drive active.
There's 5 people here, so it's kind of weird that none of them are doing these. So I get 2 in the same system. That's kind of nice. Oh, I'll be damned. Oh, yep. So can't beat this. Dodge that one. Here's another blueprint. Excellent. Excellent. Unlock. All right, so ads are over. Welcome back. That's not working. There it is. 2 more blueprints. Excellent. Excellent. Approach. Alright, so this is working out. This is working out. So I got the mackerel skin. Coast in on this one. See if we can get this guy. No blueprints. That's all right. 4, 8. Excellent. Excellent. Let's go back to our scanning. Oh, we got some. Oh, no, we got a new site. Excellent. So let's scan down the new site. Get any cool skins or clothes crates tonight? I didn't get any clothes crates, but I got a thorax skin. So, which I actually fly the thorax from time to time, so it's not a bad one. Stretch out my back. Ooh, stop. I really like that tyrant breaker skin, but I don't fly any ships it's made for. Yeah. Ooh, another relic site. Oh man. Well, this actually worked out. This actually worked out. And it seems like nobody's here doing any of these. I don't know why. Don't know why. Trying to make sure I'm not going to get dropped again. Warp to 0. See if we can pick this one up too.
Active.
3 in the same system. That's pretty phenomenal. This one just popped up, so probably when I cleared the other one, this one came up, so. Looks like I'm the first one here as well, so. so. I'm gonna shift my rear end. The plastic chair isn't as bad as the as the throne, but still has some aggression. Slide in on this one. Nope. It's gonna swing us wide. All right, claim, loot. Oh, there's a devoter. Fly that one. All right. See if we can get these last two before somebody steals one. Seems like nobody's working this system. I haven't gotten this lucky in a long time, so. Yeah, we're gonna probably overshoot this one. There she is. There's another blueprint. Why I thought it was the other one, because I must have just locked it. Alright. Remember, heavy is the rear that discards the throne. Yeah. I'm actually was thinking about putting the throne here next to me to use as a table. Or to put Abigail on it. So. Because, yeah, that one is that. I think I'm going to name one of my ships that. Heavy is the rear. I'll let this one coast in. No chance of anybody stealing it from me at this point, so. Alright. I don't think there is. Stranger things have probably happened. Oof. That's going the wrong way. There it is. No blueprints. Damn it. Oh well. We got points. So that's good. All right, says I reconnected, though it took forever to reconnect. Can you guys hear me? No pounding at the moment, so this is getting old. Damn it. Thought I had this solved. Kind of hacks me off. Can you guys hear me? All right, thanks, bud. I'm trying to get reconnected. So for some reason it's connecting on the wrong character, but go figure. That's okay.
Connecting.
Thanks, drachenhort. So now I got to reconnect to my drones, or to my probes, excuse me. Once it finally warps me back. So I entered the sleeper site, so it gave me the reward again. That's kind of cheesy. That's kind of cheesy. That's kind of cheesy. So let's reconnect to probes. There we go. We know this is a data site. So yeah, it's going to require me to do it all from scratch again, which sucks. That's the biggest problem with the disconnection, is I lose all my scanning. I think that's why it's doing it, to be perfectly honest, is because it causes me more problems. So but the pounding has stopped for some reason, so I think you're right. I think it's probably lunchtime. So Workers Union 1215 taking a break. Either that or they figured out, hey, it's not the floor. Now that they ripped it all out. Which is all right, it says I'm reconnected, but it's not leveling out. So, and it didn't disconnect Eve, though it said my internet was completely out. My guess is that the internet company finally figured there was something wrong and they've completely restarted. Hopefully we'll solve the problem. But can you guys hear me? I got a yep from JKT. I'm not sure if that's for the latest one or one of the earlier ones. So yeah, let me know if you guys can hear me. All right, cool, Jerry Can. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, so this is a level 2, so I can do this one. All right, as long as it doesn't cut out again. Latest, newest. Thanks, JKT. Thanks, Jerry Can. Appreciate you guys. Right, I'm going to pull these drones in because who knows if I'm going to get this one again. And I'm going to try and do this data site. This is a level 2, so. But yeah, this is getting old real quick. But I'm thinking my internet completely cut out that time. So I'm thinking that somebody finally called the internet provider and they said, oh, okay. And so they restarted something. Oh, somebody's already here. All right, no worries. Which is weird because that data site's been there for hours. Well, probably at least an hour I've been in the system. I did 3 relic sites. Maybe he just showed up. Okay. I guess I didn't tell him to jump. Or am I disconnecting again? Nope. Alright. Let's see what we got. Alright, so there are 4 here. Cool. All right. So let's go this way. Yeah, so now I'm really gun shy, kind of watching it. First, I run out of space on my hard drive, so the recording couldn't go on. Which, honestly, I don't know how that happens. Maybe I need to set up some kind of notification that says, hey, if I have less than, you know. Honestly, I don't even really want to save them local. I don't know why it does, but I haven't figured out how to be able to turn that off. So